Welcome to episode number 44 of this Vinny J MLB The Show 20 Road to the Show series. And today I'm obviously playing my Vinny J MLB The Show 20 Road to the Show series. That is Vinny J right there. As you can see, it says J on the back of his jersey when he sits up. And you also can see number 7. So you can see it says J right there. Number 7, which is my favorite number. Vinny J's on the Miami Marlins, as you can tell based on the uniform. Well, not really the uniform, because he's turned the other direction. But you basically didn't tell he's on the Marlins because that's the Marlins logo in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. So yeah, you can see on the schedule here. We just beat the Cardinals. We had a 4-game series against the Cardinals in Miami. Split that series 2-2. Now we're playing the Braves for 3 games in Miami at home. So we're playing the Braves for 3 games at home, and then the A's. We're playing the Braves for 3 games at home, and then we're playing the Oakland A's for 3 games in Oakland. And remember, this is still when the pitchers bat, so the pitchers will bat for the first series against the Braves. But because we're at AL Park in the second series against Oakland, which is the AL Park, there will be a DH. But that just means there's one more bat in the lineup. Well, there's still 9 players in the lineup, it's just the pitchers don't bat, and there's someone that bats, a DH, which hits but doesn't field. So the DH obviously hits, but he's not in the field. So you can see DH against righties is Britt Chrysiness. That I probably completely botched that, but that's the DH against righties, and then Logan Forsythe is the DH against the lefties. But in all four lineups, Vinny J is batting 4th, which is cleanup, so that's good. Yeah, stats. You can kind of tell they're up there. You can see Vinny J, and then below that's their stats. I'm just going to read it off to you. He's batting .420, 38 home runs, 86 RBIs, .426 on-base percentage, which is, I mean, yeah, for Vinny J, because it's on beginner, which usually doesn't walk or anything, unless he just intentionally walked, his on-base percentage is 6 points higher than his average. .420 average, .426 on-base percentage, and then he's slugging .903. So this Braves series is pretty big, and I'm going to show you the standings here right now before we get into our first game here in this episode. First episode of the series in a long time, since I believe April. April was the last episode of the series, but now it's November. But better late than never. Here's the standings. We're leading the NL East by 1 game over the Mets. Braves are 4 games back, and they've won 3 straight, while we've won 1 straight. And then Nationals, outside chance, 9 games back. Phillies, 14.5 games back. They're kind of in the dumps down there. Cubs lead the NL Central, only a game up on the Cardinals. Reds 9 games back, and then you have the Pirates and Brewers down here. Dodgers, per usual, lead the NL West. Only a game and a half up, though, on the Rockies, who have won 6 straight. And the Giants 5 games back. D-bats 9 games back. Padres 16 games back. And the 2 wildcard teams, it's still where there's 5 teams that make the playoffs, 3 division winners, and then 2 teams that play in a 1-game wildcard playoff. It's still under that playoff format because this is still MLB The Show 20, because you cannot port any franchises or road to the shows from MLB The Show 20 to any later versions of the game. So that's why this series is going to be continuing here in MLB The Show 20. So yeah, the 2 wildcard teams right now are the Cardinals and the Mets. Braves 3 games back, and then you have the Rockies, Reds, Nationals, and so on and so forth. AL East, we have the Red Sox leading that division. Orioles 3 games back, and then you have the Yankees, Rays, and then the Blue Jays. Tigers, yes, the Tigers. I said that, you heard that right. They lead the AL Central, 6 games up on the Indians, and then you have the Twins, White Sox, and Royals. Rangers, yes, Rangers lead the AL West, 2.5 games up on the A's, who are playing in the second series here in this episode. We're playing the A's in the second series of the episode. Then you have the Mariners 3 games back, Angels 3 games back, Astros 5.5 games back. So everyone in the AL West are within 6 games of each other. So, oh yeah, and then I didn't show you. I gotta go back here. Show the two AL wildcard teams, which are the A's and then the Mariners, or no, the A's. But yeah, it's the A's are in that top wildcard spot, and then the Mariners and the Angels are tied for that second wildcard spot, with the Orioles and Astros 2.5 games back. So yeah. In this episode of the series, will be the Home Run Derby and or the All-Star Game. It probably will be both, because right now Vinny J leads the lead in home runs with 38, and hopefully at least can get 40 before the All-Star break. So the next episode of the series will be the Home Run Derby and or the All-Star Game. It probably will be both. Just like I said, Vinny J is leading that lead in home runs with 38 here on June 24th, 2020. Let's get into the game here on June 24th, 2020. Games in Miami. We're 50-31. They're 46-35. So let's get into it. It's Mario Garcia for us, and then Matt Wisler for the Braves. Let's get into it. First, we put something to do: batting cage, training facility, practice field, clubhouse, or rivalry. Let's talk to someone in our clubhouse. That's the fella. Why not? I think this conversation would get us to the bro level. This is unfamiliar, friendly, and then bro. I believe this would get us from friendly to bro. Discuss the upcoming game with Fowler. Yeah, let's win this game, because these divisional games can be the difference maker at the end of the year. It could be. Fowler nods and tells you he's ready for the game. Yeah. We're in bro. I believe we were already in bro. Now we're just higher up in bro. And I believe we'll be maths once we get to the top. Season numbers suggest you to afford to draw more watts. Coach, I'm hitting 38 home runs, batting 420. I'll be fine. Two performance can activated for, I believe it was plate discipline and power. I am pinch hitting in a 10-2 game. What is this, dude? 2 on, 1 out, bottom 8, we're down 10-2. You didn't start me, dude? Well, let's get into the game. Pinch hitting, 2 on, 1 out, bottom 8, we're down 10-2. And at least the Mets lost. So now they'll still probably be a game back, unless we come back to win this game, but the Braves will be 3 games back. We just can't get swept, dude. A sweep would be devastating. Their pitcher right now is John Gans. Heard the name. Would have been real if he's on the Cardinals? Not sure. Here we go, 2 on, 1 out now, but it's an 8 run game. Unless we're playing football, which we're not, this game's out of reach. That's a liner though, and that's gonna get down. Well, they send the runner. He's coming around. Throw is gonna be up the line. RBI single, and we're within 7. So it's 10-3 now. It's at a football score. We're only down by a touchdown. 2 on, 1 out now. After that RBI single by Vinny J. Here's Altuve. Yes, we do have Jose Altuve here in this road to the show. That get down, and the runner at second will stay at third. Bases loaded. It's not. If we did a grand slam here, then we're only down 3, so it's not over yet. Here's Travis Jankowski. 3-1 hitters count. This could be ball 4. And then David West now, and it's going to be outside and low, I believe. Ball 4. And we're within 6. Now it's a full count. 1 out to Giancarlo Stanton, who in this game is still on the Marlins. And we're only down by 6. And that's a liner. That's going to get down. And it's 10-5. I score. Another run's coming around. And it's a 4-run game. Tying runs on deck. We're not dead yet, dude. We scored, what, 4 runs in the inning. I'm going to turn off the sim in here. 2 on, 1 out, bottom 8. We're down 10-6. Tying runs on deck. But a strikeout and a ground out. And I'm out of the game because I pinch hit for the pitcher. Ground out, ground out, ground out. Bottom 9. Single. Strikeout, strikeout, strikeout. And the game's over. Braves win 10-6. We got 4 in the 8th, but we were down by 8, and we lose by 4 at 10-6. I went 1 for 1 with an RBI single and a run scored, but we still lost 10 sets. So let's get into the second game of the episode and the second game of the series right now. And hopefully I'll be starting, which I believe Vinny J has started. There hasn't been a period where Vinny J hasn't started 2 games in a row. Let's watch the presentation. Matt Sturgeon. So yeah, I believe there hasn't been a point, at least this year or any time recently, or at least this year where Vinny J hasn't started in back-to-back games. It might be like one game he pinch hits or doesn't play at all, but then the next game, 90 or really 100% of the time he starts. 1 on, 2 out, bottom 1, no score, and it's Mike Fulton-Edvich. And it's a pitch out, ball 1, 1 out. Eric Summersdale is the home plate umpire. Didn't say it, but Matt Sturgeon said it. Batted .422. I believe it's Altuve at first, or some fast runner. And that's going to be a fielder's choice. No score after 1. I don't think that was Altuve, but it was someone with 87 speed. It might have been Altuve for all we know. 1-0 Braves. Leading off the bottom of the 4th for Miami. 1-0 Braves. So against Fulton-Edvich. I nailed that, but foul. 99 on the done. Bright day here in Miami. Roof is open, and I popped that straight up. And that's going to be caught by Freddie Freeman, who in this game is still on the Braves. 2 down. Or excuse me, 1 down. And I'm leading off the inning for the Marlins in the bottom of the 6th. Still against Fulton-Edvich. Only throwing 57 pitches. That's a liner fair inside the left field line by the 344 sign. And that's going to be a double for Vinny J. And I'm the tying run with nobody out. 30th double of the year, and I lead the team in doubles by 12 over Altuve here in late June. Here's Yelich, 2 singles and 2 at-bats. 2-2 pitch. I'm the timer at center base. And he swung right through it, 1 down. And I know in real life Stanton is on the Yankees and Yelich is on the Brewers, but in this game, to start this Road to the Show character back in MLB The Show 17, Stanton and Yelich were still on the Marlins. Same thing for JT Realmuto, and he swung through it as well, 2 down. Come on, guys, put the ball in play. Now it's Didi Gregorius, who in real life is on the... I don't know what team he's on. He used to be on the Yankees and then the Phillies, but I'm not sure anymore. Ground ball, and my teammates just squandered my leadoff double, and then 2 strikeouts, and then a ground out. That was pathetic, dude. I did up again, and it's a controller shaking. This is a nervous situation, bid situation. Runner at first, nobody out. Bottom 8 on the go-ahead run, and the timer at first base at 49 speed. I believe that's Stanton. Oh. Running into 10 double plays this year. I don't want a double play here. I want at least a hit. Oh. 2 sliders out. What? He's at 84 and 86. Well, he has a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and a sinker. Oh, gave me the fastball, and that's a double play, dude. And that could be the games. There's 2 down in the 8th, and we're still down 1-0. And it's the game. We lose the first 2 games here at home to the Braves. And yeah, we lost 1-0, and the Braves had 3 hits. We had the Braves, who won 1-0, had 3 hits, while we, the Marlins, got shut out and had 11 hits. So we had 11 hits, they had 3, but we had no runs and they had 1 run, and we win the game we lose the game 1-0. Looks like the RBI wasn't even on a hit. It was by Ender Inciarte who drove in the only run for the Braves or either team. And he went 0 for 2 in the game, so it must have been on a sac fly or a fielder's choice. I went 1 for 4 with the double, but that was just unfortunate. Let's get into the third and final game of the series. But obviously, we still have the Oakland series as well. So, third and final game of the series. But obviously, they said there's still the Oakland series. Let's try to get a home run, or at least a W. Let's watch a prediction and have a sturgeon. Here we go, boys. We need to win this game because the Braves right now would be only a game back, or 2 games back. 2 games back. They've won 5 straight games, and they're only 2 games behind us. And I'm not sure what the Mets have done. The Mets might be in first place alone, or we're tied for first place with the Mets. I'm not sure. That's Tom Gonzalez, batting .420. That's the high 4-seamer. This is going 450 feet. No, not 450 feet, but maybe like 300 feet for a single. Yeah, that could have been a 450-foot bomb. Instead, it's only like a 300-foot single or 270-foot single. Full count the yellow to 2 outs. I'm running off on the pitch, and that's ball 4. 2 on, 2 out. And now there's Kyle Butler. I don't know who this is. I don't think he's a real player. He's a 1 on talent. Got a 154 on the year. I'm not sure where this guy came from. And that's going to be a ground out to Freddie Freeman. No score after 1. Here we go. 2-2 game. 2 on, 2 out. Bottom 2 and a 2-2 game. That's a liner. Oh, I just missed that, dude. The 2019 NL Triple Crown led the lead in home runs, or average home runs and RBIs. That's a ground ball through. Will they send the runner? They will not. He would have been safe, dude. It was up the line, and there was 2 outs. Darn it. Bases loaded, 2 outs now. 0-1 pitch to Yelich, Watson the first. Come on. Grand slam, double, triple, single, a hit, anything would work, and that won't work. A little pop-up caught by the third baseman. Man, they should have sent him. He would have been safe as it throws up the line, and now we're down 5-2. Here's Freddie Freeman, 2 outs, top 4, no runners on, but we're down by 3. It's my first defensive opportunity of the episode, I think. But man, still plenty of game to go. But now 7-2, bottom 5, leading off the bottom of the 5th, but we're down by 5. Oh my gosh, saw him. Hey Nat, it just was in front of it. It was at 75 miles per hour. A curveball, basically middle. He did it again, and it's picked off by the shortstop. I believe that's Swanson. 1 down. How did he dip me? I don't know how he did me. He got me by a step. Oh my, we're in this game, dude. 7-5 now, 2 on, nobody out. Bottom sits against Luke Jackson. I'm the go-ahead run. I just missed that, dude. So it caught shy of the track. Well, the runner at second Tad, he will get there, barely. Runners to the corners, 1 out. But we don't score, now it's 12-5, dude. Runner setting at 1 out, bottom 8, and it's John Gant, and we're down by 7. That's a ground ball. Of course, Swanson's there, and he got me 2 down. Runner gets over to third. But I have enough 2 hits in this game. Just that we're going to get swept by the Braves. We're probably out of first place, and that's the game. 13-5 is the final. And we got swept, and we're most likely out of first place. Yasmani Grandal, player of the game. 2 for 5 with 2 singles. Didn't score any runs, didn't drive in any runs. Yeah. So single, 6-3 ground out, F8, and then a 6-3 ground out again. So yeah, that's it for the first series. The first game I pinched it in, second game, and the third game I started in. But we lost all 3 games. In total, I think I had a RBS single and a pinch hit appearance, but other than that, I had a double, 1 for 4 with a double in game 2, and then 2 for 5 with 2 singles in game 3. And we lost 10-4, 1-0, and then 13-5, and we are now a game out or behind the Mets. We are a game behind the Mets, and then the Braves are 2 games behind the Mets and 1 game behind us. So that's not good that we got swept. So the Mets are in first place. We're a game behind the Mets, and then the Braves are a game behind us, and 2 games behind the Mets. So that's Yin Chen versus David Mysteria that's the starting pitcher for the A's. We're 50 and 34. They're 47 and 37. Names in Oakland. I'm batting at .419, 38 home runs, 87 RBIs. The only difference is I bat at .419 now and I have 1 more RBI than I had when the episode started. Let's get into the series in Oakland right now. This team, Navani Chisenhall, Marcus Semien, Ryan Healy, Jesus Aguilar, Joey Wendell, and then the other players aren't real players, I believe. And then obviously we have Yelich, Fowler, Stanton, me, Forsythe, this Kyle Butler dude, Gregorius, Philip Sanchez, our catcher, and then Whit Merrifield as our second baseman. Let's get into it. I have an active boost with everybody except for that Kyle Butler because he's new. Obviously I have a match relationship with Stanton, Merrifield, Chen, Sanchez, and Yelich. So, I've been on this team for my entire career. As you can see, it's my career stats right there. Let's watch the rendition and illustration. Remember, Oakland's a pitcher's park. Remember that. And it's an old park. There's a DH. That's why the pitchers aren't batting, because we're at AL Park. Runner at first, 2 outs, top 1, no score here in Oakland, California. This guy has 5 pitches. That's a liner, and it willed it down. Runner at first will stay at second, but I'll take the hard hit single. 6-game hitting streak, so almost a week. Here's Forsythe, who won a Gold Glove last year at center base. 0-2 pitch. Probably no swing and miss. Forsythe is a DH. He's right at AL Park. Obviously, we rarely have a DH. The only time we do have a DH is at AL Park. Runner first, 1 out for Joey Wendell. Come on. Double play. And that's going to be a single as it's punched between Vinny J and Altuve. If that even is Altuve at center base. It's not Altuve at center base. It's Merrifield. Why is Merrifield at center base? Did Altuve get hurt? Or is he not playing? I don't know. No score, top 4. Here we go. 1 for 1 with a single. And that's a fly ball. That's going to dip down most likely, and it will. It will 1 off the wall, and I'm going to stop at second. I was thinking about 3, but there's nobody out. There's no point of getting thrown out at first base, or at third base for the first out of the inning. 31st double of the year. Still lead the team by 12 here in late June. 3-1 hitters count to Forsythe. Come on, get me over to third, or a walk would be nice. Walk. 2 on, nobody out. And now it's Butler. 1-2. Corner infielders are in, like he's in a bunt. But really, is he done a bunt with 2 strikes? He is bunting. It's a fair ball, barehanded at center base, and that backfired. And that's going to be a double play, as it's barehanded by the third baseman. I got over to third, but that backfired. Here's Gregorius. He's probably going to strike out. Usually they do, especially when it's 2 strikes. Or he'll hit a fly ball or a ground ball. Or it's a ground ball up the middle, but it's going to be a base hit. I cannot believe that just drove me in there, but I'm not complaining. RBI single Gregorius. Marlins strike first. Now we're up 2-0 now. Runner first, 2 outs against the starting pitcher still. Here we go. I have a single and a double. And oh, what a play! And they have to force a second. That was a good play by Semien. And it's now 3-1 Marlins. 2 on, 2 out. Top 7 against Emmanuel Ioma. Here we go. Oh, I popped it straight up, dude. Semien in left field. Shallow left field. And he catches it middle of 7. 3-1 Miami. Man, I popped that straight up, dude. And it's still 3-1. Bottom 8. against Ken Giles. He's pitching to Loney Chisenhall, 2 for 3. I might get up in the 9th, but I doubt it because I made the last out in the 7th. Here we go, ground ball, and of course, I should have probably covered the first base instead of going for that. But the pitcher should have been covering, and that's a base hit. And are you kidding me, dude? We lost in walkout fashion. Ryan Healy, the player of the game, we probably lost in the 9th. No, they scored 1 in the 8th, they made it 3-2, and then they scored 2 in the 9th to win 4-3. When you start losing, it seems like when you're losing, it seems like when you're losing, when you're like a 3 or 4 game losing streak. Right now we're at a 4 game losing streak. You start blowing leads, and everything's going wrong. That's the problem. Let's get into the second game of the series against Oakland here in Oakland, as we're trying to actually win a game, because we haven't won a game yet in this episode, and we're probably at, well, at least 2 games out of first place now, possibly 1 or 2 games out. Let's win this game, guys. Let's switch to prediction. Matt Sturgeon. My goodness, dude. We were 50-31. Now we're 50-35. That's Sean Mania, I believe, based on the face. Yes, it is. Runner first 2 outs, top 1. Let's get on the board first. That's a liner. It's hit well, and it's caught at the wall, or the warning track by, I believe it's, yeah, Chris Davis. No score, top 2. As Ryan Healy was the player of the game last game. He probably was the hero against Jake Odorizzi. And that's a ground ball. I'm not taking it myself. 1 down. Not sure why Altuve's not playing. Well, now he is playing because he always wears long socks, at least in this game. 3-0 Miami. Good job, boys. Just don't choke it. That's a bomb. That was absolutely crushed, dude. 420. 413. 7 feet off. 39th home run of the year. 109 miles per hour off the bat. And that baby, or that ball rather, was way out of here. Like I said, Oakland is a pitcher's park, but I still got all of it and got it over that wall in left center field. 4-0 Miami. First home run of the series and the episode, and it was a no-doubter to left center field here in Oakland. As you can see, there's my bat flip right there. 109.8 miles per hour off the bat. It says it was 413. Now it says it's 412, but it doesn't really matter. We're up 8-1 now. 2 on 1 out, top 4. This is the game we needed, and that's a ground ball. That could be a swing and bunt. And, well, I got the runners over, but I'm not safe. 2 down. But we're up by 7. Now we're up by 6. 8-2. 2 on 1 out. Top 6 against Jair. Not
Jair Alexander.
Not Jair Alexander.
Jarrell
Jarrell Cotton.
Cody Cotton's long-lost brother.
For sure. He was a pitcher for the last at bat as well. I'm 1 for 3 with that homer. And, oh, it's just, my hands. 2 down. 1 for 4, but team's up by 6, and I had a complete, well, not a moonshot, but a home run. Now we're up 11-6. 2 outs, top 8, no runners on, and Sean Doolittle, who's on the A's in this game. Oh, he gave me the high fastball, just flying out. So I went 1 for 5. But we're up by 5, and we better not lose this game, guys. We better not lose this game. It's not over yet. Runner first, nobody out. Bottom 8 for Stan Clark against Bronson Waite. Come on, let's turn it. And that's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. 2 down. 4 outs away from breaking our 4-game losing streak. And that's 11-7. 2 outs, bottom 9, no runners on. Here's Chris Davis and Sam Dyson. We're up by 4, no runners on. Last out, ground ball, Vinny J. This should do it. Throw it to Dyson. Game over. RFL football and Damon, and the Marlins have snapped their 4-game losing streak as we beat the A's here in Oakland. 11-7. We won the game 11-7. I went 1 for 5 with a home run. an RBI, and a run scored. I was the third notable player for the Marlins. And let's get into the third and final game of the series and the sixth and final game of the episode right now. Hopefully I play in it. Of course I don't play in it, so that'll be the episode right there. No matter this will be the end of the episode, regardless if we won or lost that last game in Oakland. Hopefully we won it, but at least I hit a home run in this episode, so no doubter over the left field wall or the left center field wall in Oakland. Did we win? We did win, so that's a great way to end the episode. We won the game 7-5. I'm looking at the box score. Looks like we came back. Oh my, what a comeback, dude. We were down 5-0. That 8. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. We were down 5-0. The A's scored 5 runs in the bottom of the second, and then we scored 1 in the third, 2 in the fifth, and then 2 in the eighth, and 2 in the ninth to win the game 7-5. Loden Forsythe played first base instead of me, and Forsythe went 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. I'm batting .417 now, 39 home runs, 88 RBI. So in this episode, I lost 3 average points from 420 to 417. Home runs, I gained 1 from 38 to 39, and then RBIs, I gained 2 from 86 to 88. On base percentage 423, and I'm sliding 887. So average went down. Home runs went up by 1, RBIs went up by 2, on-base percentage went down, and then slugging went down from, 905, I think, to 887. But still, we won the game. That was our last game here in June, as we're off on June 30th. Next game is against the Dodgers in L.A. We have 3 games against the Dodgers in L.A., 3 games against the Rangers at home, and then 3 games against the Mets at home. That's a huge series right there, and then we have the All-Star break. Right now, we are in first place, half a game up on the Mets, and then 2 games up on the Braves. So that last series of the first half, 3-game series against the Mets in Miami, is going to be a huge series. So right now, we're 52-35, they're 51-35, as we're half a game up on the Mets and 2 games up on the Braves. I'm a 92. Vinny J's a 92 diamond. I hope you enjoyed this video. In total, I did not play in all 6 games. The first game I was Vinny J pinch hit in, got an RBI single and scored a run. Second and third game, he started, lost all 3 of those games. Fourth game, which is the first game in Oakland, we blew a lead. Vinny J started in that game, blew a lead, and we lost. Fifth game he started, we won. Vinny J hit a home run. That was his only hit of the game, but it was a home run. And then in the 6th game of the episode, which will be the final game of the Oakland series and final game of the Oakland series and final game of the episode, Vinny J did not start in that game and did not play in that game either, because remember, there was no pitchers don't bat, so he wasn't probably gonna. He didn't start. He probably wasn't gonna play in that game unless someone got injured or if they pinch hit me. I've seen them sometimes where they pinch hit me for someone else, like that's a position player. But in this case, obviously they didn't do that. And like I said, we were at AL Park, so there was a DH, and the pitchers did not bat. The next episode of the series will be the Home Run Derby and/or the All-Star Game, or it will be the Home Run Derby and/or the All-Star Game, but it's probably going to be both, because right now Vinny J leads the lead in home runs at 39. I mean, he has 39 home runs after June, so I mean, the season started, late March, so really April, May, June. So in 3 months, he has 39 home runs. And he only needs 1 more for 40, and hopefully he can get that 1 more home run to get 40 before the All-Star break. But yeah, hopefully the next episode of the series will be sooner than later, because I know the last episode of the series was back in April, which for me felt like it was just yesterday. In the last episode of the series, like I said, I think it was in late April. I filmed that last episode of the series and posted the last episode of the series in late April, which for me just felt like, or for everyone really, it just felt like it was just late April for everyone, including me. It felt like it was just yesterday, and now it's November. Thanksgiving is in a week, just under a week. I'm on Thanksgiving break as of today, for me at least. Like I said, Thanksgiving's 6 days away for me, and then Christmas is just over a month away. So yeah, I am going to Minnesota for Christmas. So that should be fun. But I have an entire week off for Thanksgiving, and then I go back to school for I think like 3 weeks, and then I'm off for 2 weeks really like 2.5 weeks for Christmas. So I don't go back to school until I believe like January 4th, which is a Wednesday, but January 1st is a Sunday. So yeah, off for a week for Thanksgiving, back to school for like 3 weeks, but then off like 2.5 weeks for Christmas. But yeah, the year's been flying by. It felt like just yesterday it was April. It felt like it was just yesterday it was January. And really, it felt like just yesterday it was the first day of school. Really, but obviously now it's November. I mean, the year's flying by. The year is flying by. Yeah. You guys are probably saying the same thing. The year is flying by. Yeah, the year is flying by. You'll find out what and when the next video on this channel will be when I post it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, last time, red closing the board. If it's up, so hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Tell your mom, dad, grandma, and grandpa, aunts, uncles, pets, and friends about these videos. And you know what? I'm gonna see you in episode number 45 of this Vinny J MLB The Show 20 Road to the Show series. See you in episode number 45. And eat a lot of bacon and go Marlins.